My name is Robert John Connor, and I am the CEO and Artistic Director for Dominion Entertainment Group. And today, here we sit in the empty Porter Sanford Theatre with the director of A Lesson Before Dying, Mr. David Kote. First of all, welcome, David.
Thank you.
We are here to talk about the show. So before we talk about the show, let's talk about you. Now tell me, who is David Kote?
Well, I'm a director from Atlanta. I grew up here in College Park, Tri-Cities High School, where I also became a teacher for 7 years. And I moved back here ready to do shows, do plays, do theater, film, direct operas. And I really love this city and really want for it to have a thriving theater community. So.
And you have a strong background in theater and some film. Maybe a little known fact that our audience doesn't know is that you actually starred in a movie.
Yeah, I guess it was about 18 years ago, I had the opportunity to play Bear in the HBO movie with Don Cheadle and Mekhi Phifer.
Come on, Jefferson. Let's go get us some more wine.
For a wet country boy, you sure is walking dry.
Morning, boys. Jefferson. Do for you, Bear. Brother.
Bottle of that, Virginia there, Mr. Grope.
You got money?
Hey.
That's not enough.
Oh, please, Mr. Grope.
Hey, grinding season's coming up soon, Mr. Grope. You know you get your money then.
No money, no wine, no credit.
We can strike a compromise.
Come on,
Take
Mr.
this here as a
Grope.
depot.
You know we're good for
Stay
it.
back, Bear. Now, Bear, you know you ain't supposed to come back here.
Just let us get a bottle of wine, Mr. Grope.
I'm warning you.
You know we're gonna pay you.
I'm warning you, Bear.
Come on, Mr. Grope.
I warned you.
Watch out!
So tell me about the play. What drew you to the play? What is it that was so compelling that you said, I want to direct this piece?
Well, aside from being a part of the film years ago, this piece speaks about our criminal justice system and the effects of injustices in our community. And it also talks about how community deals with those injustices. So I think it's very, very relevant and very poignant right now.
Okay, so the play's set in 1948.
Right.
So it kind of talks about the historical aspect of the wrongfully convicted, that, you know, we here in today's society think of Black Lives Matter and, you know, this excessive abuse of the police amongst people of color, but this has been going on for a long time. And unfortunately, in the 40s, our people dealt with things in a different way. We didn't quite have the voice, we didn't quite have the power or the authority to fight. So we had to fight in different ways based on where we were historically. So what is the play about?
Well, the play is about a character named Jefferson who was wrongly convicted for a crime he didn't commit. At first, you know, looking at the story, we would think that it's about Jefferson learning a lesson, but it's actually more about the people around him and what lessons they learned through him. And the way we kind of deal, you know, with Grant, who is the main character in the play, who's the teacher, he ends up, I think, learning the biggest lesson as a teacher. And I think that's something that we can kind of take, that teachers learn a lot from their students.
Absolutely. I think that learning is teaching.
Yeah.
You know, what you get from the people that you stand in front of, should I say. Yeah. Okay, so why should then people come see the play?
Well, one, it's a wonderful story. The story is, you can recognize all of the characters in the story in their community. The play we have assembled a wonderful cast to bring the story to life. The book is very, very well written, I think.
Yeah.
I think that there's so many things to get from the play. I don't know any one thing that one individual will get, but I think there's something in it for everyone.
Right.
In
And it's based on the book written by Ernest Gaines,
Right.
which was a literary classic, you know, and then turned into a movie. No, it's actually turned into a play first.
No, I think it was turned into a movie first. and
Movie
then
first.
then
Okay,
the
and
play.
Romulus Lenny is the playwright
Right.
that adapted the original book. So, you know, from my perspective, I feel like the play speaks to so many segments of our community. It speaks to people who are dealing with issues with injustice. You know,
Right.
we just partnered with the Georgia Innocence Project because they deal with the wrongfully convicted. It deals with those people who are into literary works, you know, classic American literary works. Ernest Gaines wrote also the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman.
Right.
And so there's so many aspects of the show that probably would appeal to audiences. I think one thing that I got from it when I read it was there's something which I think is a dying art form in our community, which I wish we would re-embrace, is a notion of dignity.
Yeah, and also it's also about how young people and deal with the same things. It's about redemption. It's about religion. It's about racism. It's about all these things that still keep occurring in the communities and not are fully dealt with. You know, I hope that people can come to the show and be changed by something, or be inspired to do something additional in their communities to help the people.
Yeah, I do too. So once again, my name is Robert John Connor. I am the CEO and Artistic Director for Dominion Entertainment Group. I sit next to the other bearded man in this group who will be directing the play, Mr. David Kote. The show is August 25th through September 3rd, right here at the Porter Sanford Theatre. I invite the entire community and their family to come out and fill up this theater and support quality entertainment in Atlanta. And we look forward to seeing you at the show, and thank you for tuning in.